So how would you improve the quality of nightlife in downtown St. Augustine?
Tonight, several dozen residents and business owners weighed in on the city's plan, and Joy is here now. And Joy, for the most part, people there seem to agree with the safety upgrades.
Yes, Mary Kent, people for the most part were on board with this part of the plan, which the city of St. Augustine has already budgeted for, hiring more crews to clean the streets, adding more street lighting and sidewalks, creating specific pickup areas for ride-share services, and increasing the police presence. But what seemed to ruffle the feathers of some business owners was talk at the meeting of possibly changing how late bars can serve alcohol.
I think it raised more questions than answers.
Jim Wilson owns a British-themed bar in St. Augustine, and like others attending the city's town hall-style meeting, he paid a permit to be able to serve alcohol until 2 a.m., past the general state law of midnight. While he appreciates the city's efforts to enhance the nightlife,
I think the city's going to propose their no bill. We'll all have to take it for what it is.
Wilson didn't like the idea of the city establishing an even earlier cutoff time for serving alcohol, 11 p.m., meaning he'd likely have to buy a new permit to again serve alcohol later.
I don't think there's a bar in this town that is not going to accept it, and I think everybody's going to end up having to get the license anyway.
We talked about that this evening, and we had what I would call significant industry pushback.
St. Augustine City Manager John Regan says this meeting was just part of continued discussions about what's best for the city. In recent months, crime headlines have put a negative spotlight on the area. One of the latest incidents happened just 2 weeks ago. 30-year-old Richard Palmer is charged with aggravated battery, accused of stabbing a man near Scarlett O'Hara's on Hippolyta Street downtown. Regan says any proposed ordinance changes wouldn't happen until at least next year.
The public had some very constructive points that we need to be thinking through and reflecting back to the community.
Some of whom believe the city already has what it needs to make the nightlife a safe experience.
I think the enforcement of existing laws is going to be an excellent solution to solving those issues.
Also brought up tonight was the topic of noise control. Some residents wanting more done to curb outdoor speakers and the noise that's coming from inside the restaurants and bars.